welcome back to Kai Se Anant. I'm Sneha and I hope you all are doing fine with your loved ones. In the last video, we understood identity element and we saw what are the effects of an identity element over any other element of a set. And yes, we observed that there are no effects, right? Now we are in the process of defining an inverse of an element. So let's see what is an inverse of an element and what are the requirements for a set to have an inverse or for an element to have an inverse. So let's begin. Start by showing that identity element is unique. So consider I have a set. Let A be a set with the binary operation star. And since I have to show that identity element is unique, let us assume otherwise. So let us assume E1 and E2 are two identities. What will happen if I have two identities? I can always say that E1, or I can always consider E1 as a member and E2 as the identity. And while considering this, I can apply the definition and I can say E1 star E2 equals E2 star E1, and it will be equal to E1 because I'm considering E1 as a member of A and E2 as the identity. So E2 will have no effect on E1. Similarly, if I consider E2 a member and I'm considering E1 the identity, I will get E2 star E1, which is equal to E1 star E2, should be equal to this time E2. Now I know these sides are equal, E1 star E2 equal to E1, and I have E1 star E2 equal to E2. I can get E1 is equal to E2. That means if I start by assuming that there are two identities, ultimately these identities will be equal. So therefore I can say that identities are therefore I can say that the identity is unique. After defining the identity element and showing that the identity is unique, I can now define an inverse of an element. In order to define an inverse of an element, we should have obviously a set with a binary operation, but we should have the identity of the set. This is important because the definition of inverse involves the identity. The set that does not have any identity, they cannot permit the existence of inverses. Now the inverse is defined for element, right? So consider I have an element A in the given set A. I say that the inverse of this element will exist if there exists another element B in the given set A, such that if you operate A with B on either side, you will get back your identity. Such an element is known as the inverse of the considered element. And for obviously if you are considering the inverse of A, it's better you write B as A inverse. Denote B, better I should write, you denote B by A inverse. So this is an inverse of an element. I would like to wind up the video by defining an algebraic structure. Basically, an algebraic structure is a set with one or more than one binary operations, right? So the whole drama of considering a set with a binary operation is just to understand the algebraic structures, and the groups that we have to understand or we have to study falls in the category of an algebraic structure. In this video we are going to emphasize on what are algebraic structures, what is basically a group. So I hope you understood the video. If you did, hit the like button. If you are not a subscriber, please consider subscribing my channel, and we will be meeting in the next one. Till then, take care. Bye bye.